Hey, and welcome to optional Zoom number two for FTEV. Sorry, I'm just a little bit dyslexic. But for, of course, our class. And I'm happy to announce that it's not just me. I got a couple of your classmates here in the Zoom. They might talk, they might not, but they're getting extra credit for showing up. That's the benefit. And I hope all of you watching at home who weren't able to attend live are able to watch and appreciate um, the insights of optional Zoom number two. Now, before we get into what I'm going to be talking about, the presentations that are coming up and the best way to succeed, we'll look at some examples from previous semesters. But what I want to talk about first is overall, I think the class and all of you that, in class are doing really well. The one thing that I do want to remind all of you is some of you are losing points on your discussions because you are posting excellent posts, but you're not replying to at least two of your classmates' posts. So that means you have to read and offer formulative and or substantial responses to your classmates. Now, what's great about my class is if you forgot to do this or you realized, oh, I didn't read the many posts that I have said where you have to do this. I understand. I was a student once and am frequently, I am currently enrolled in some classes this semester too. And I believe in forgiveness and I believe in grading any work that's submitted. So if you want to go back and fix some of where you might have lost some points, just go back and do it and then message me and I'll award you some points for it. Maybe it won't be all the points, but it'll definitely award some of the points. Also, I'm in the process of grading the PSAs, and I think I got a lot of great fun submissions. So you should see this weekend some of the PSA grades, and should be super, super fun. In fact, I got Austin here in class, and Austin said we could watch their PSA right now. So why don't we watch one of the PSAs as an example, just because I thought it was fun, and then we'll talk about the presentation. So let me share my screen. All right, I'm going to share my screen, and then we're going to go to this one right here. Let's take a look. All right. I'm gonna stop the share. Great job.
Thank you.
Great job. Okay, first and foremost, Austin, you don't have your camera on. Was that you?
That was me. That was me.
Okay.
Hold on, let me. Oh,
Okay,
there
there
I
you
am.
go.
There I
Welcome.
am.
Hi, nice to meet you. Okay.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, I'm used to students usually don't turn on their camera. I appreciate it.
Of
Well,
course, of course.
thank you and welcome. I really enjoyed your piece. I thought it was very strong. Tell me about yourself. What'd you film that on?
I filmed that on a Canon T6i. Um, so yeah. Man, it was really fun to film. It was, I guess that's one of my first ever actual films
Yeah.
films um that I've made, and it was really fun. I because initially I had the idea. I was like, okay, what can I do for this PSA? I was gonna do something about like the dangers of doom scrolling or something.
Mm-hmm.
But then I realized I was going to Reno that weekend, and I was like, oh my God, that's
Perfect.
this is perfect. And of course, I can't film in a casino, and
Yeah.
and most of the time that I'm in Reno, I'm in an arcade,
There you go.
and yeah, um, and yeah, I think a big a big inspiration for that would be my girlfriend because she gets really upset at arcade machines and the claw machines,
Yeah.
and yeah, so I wanted to sort of depict that.
Well, I thought yours was really good. And
Thank you.
I like that your method was you did basically film a movie, and then the call to action there was at the very end where you related it to gambling, and it was basically, hey, this is a gateway to gambling addiction, and
Yeah,
raise awareness that way. It also,
yeah,
like, if you just cut off your graphics at the end, it's just like a fun little short thing.
yeah,
I loved your when you transposed the two images on top of each other. Um,
yeah,
really fun stuff. So I just wanted to shout you out since you were here and you said we could watch your PSA.
yeah. I'm curious, was that your first like viewing of it, or
No, I've watched it
uh
before,
ah
so I was
cool.
excited when I saw it. So
Cool.
um, I thought it was good. Now forgive me if you are in my other classes. Are you in any of my other classes?
Yeah, I'm in
First.
I'm in the audio production one. I
Okay,
haven't I haven't turned up to any of the shoots
you
though.
haven't come in person. That's why. Okay,
Yeah,
great.
I
Well,
I've I came to the first class, and then I came to the audio class. But I think you came late on that one.
yeah. Okay, great. Well, I look forward to meeting you in person then. And
Yeah, dude.
if you can come on the shoots, we'd love to involve you. I think that's we like making movies, and you clearly have talent at it. So
Thank you.
excited to see more from you, Austin. Okay.
All right, sounds good.
Let's talk about the presentations moving forward. Okay. So uh, I am let's see. I'm going to hold on 1 second. I want to make sure. Um, okay. Okay, great. All right. So for your next assignment, I loved your PSAs. Grades are coming out, everybody. Good job. If you haven't turned in your PSA, still time to turn it in. I always say if you turn it in before I grade, that it's no problem, no penalty there. But also, if you are late, please turn it in. I'd rather you get it maybe a lower grade than per se a zero. A zero is going to hurt you way more. So our next assignment is the presentation. You all signed up for your films or for your content that you are going to create a presentation for. The presentations can be multiple different styles. You can make a video. I've had people do a podcast about their favorite thing. I've had people do PowerPoint presentations or slide decks. I've had people create a poster, like they've turned in their own like interpretive style of the show. Now you can be as creative or as uncreative as you want. I don't expect everyone to make a some masterpiece. In fact, let's take a look. I'm going to share from last semester. So let me share my screen again, and I'm going to open up some of these presentations. Just let me know if there's any issues hearing or seeing some of these. All right. So, for example, we can see here's One Piece, which you know the oh disappeared. The student may have been pandering to me. I am a One Piece fan. Currently watching One Piece for the first time in Wano arc for those who care. But you can see this person just basically created a slide deck. It might be formatted weird because I downloaded it. But what's notable is it tells us the story of what the show's about, um, the reasons why they picked the show and what they liked about it, some clips. So actually YouTube links are great to include. If you're doing a video, you can put in some clips. They describe the live action and, you know, a conclusion. What I will see in some of these other PowerPoint presentations is I usually like to see, here's Drake and Josh. What I usually like to see is kind of more a breakdown of pretend you are trying to tell your best friend, your mom, your dad, someone you know, here's a show that I watched and why you like it and what are the elements in it. And you'll see in Drake and Josh, they're going to talk about the premise of the show, going to introduce all the main characters and why they're important to the story. You're going to have some of like maybe your funniest moments, including clips. I think in the original before I downloaded, this was a clip there. Um, you know, you can see this person included all of these and basically are trying to tell me, you're trying to convince me, Tim, why should you watch Drake and Josh? Let's see, here's a How I Met Your Mother. Okay, sure. Okay. You can see there's characters, it breaks down going one by one. I will say I would love you to write your own icon. Sometimes I have people copy and paste Wikipedia. I definitely don't like AI. If I can tell it's AI, it's bad AI. Here's the setting. Here's the plot. This one probably lost points because you should include some clips of the show. Yeah, I'm really looking for this. Okay, so these are the PowerPoint presentations. Maybe I'll show one more. Here's The Walking Dead. Okay. This one is like why you should watch it. Here's Rick Grimes, the character. There's Shane. There's Negan. Where to watch. You know, we got some information. Basic, but those are the basic ones. Let's look at some different different types of submissions that we've got. Let me see. I want to see. Let's look at this one. All right.
Hi, my name is Shay Myers, and this is my presentation on the 100. The 100 starts off in space, decades after a nuclear war on Earth, which causes the last humans in space to come together to continue the human race. This causes them to connect space stations together to become one space station called the Ark. Because of this, humanity is saved for years upon years.
Okay, I just wanted to show you an example. I mean, we could scroll through and see the characters.
Now I'll dive into the characters of the 100.
And you can see that this person went ahead, used a lot of video from the clip and put together and basically wrote the presentation and recorded themselves and edited it together. If you have the ability to do this, this is awesome. This is a great way to go ahead and tell us why you like it and everything, and include a lot of excellent clips. This one's got very high marks, probably got 100% and maybe even extra credit on it. Let's take a look at another one. All right, you can see that this included clips of you and a lot, when you're telling a story of the show, you have a lot of visuals that you can showcase. Now, for me, what bothers me about this presentation is it is filmed in portrait mode. Now, I, of course, am one of the film professors at Gablin, and I would love to get an awesome, amazing presentation that I could submit to the Gablin Film Showcase. We've had a couple go that way. But if you do this, I would love your stuff to be submitted in landscape mode rather than portrait mode, because showing this on a big screen isn't as impressive. Now, I know, Tim, you're old. We watch stuff in portrait mode, but look, all of the clips here, like I'd be fine if the clip filled the screen, honestly, but the black bars on top and bottom makes it for like such a less enjoyable viewing situation for me. Okay, I'll show you one more. That's a good example. All right.
Hi, the jumbo flick that I picked was Per Little Liars. It contains 4 girls, Hannah, Spencer, Emily, and Arya. And then Allison, one night, Allison knew all the other girls' secrets. So
you can see this one didn't even have visuals. She just went ahead and told me the story, basically did the presentation. Now, personally, I think like the visuals are added to it, but this got full marks as well, because this person went ahead and did all of the requirements that I'm hoping for. Basically, what I'm showing you is there's more than one way, right? You're looking at me right now because I'm here telling you how and what to do about it. So you can film yourself on camera, just say, hey, Tim, I want to tell you about this show and it's really awesome. And I would blah, 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 blah. If you have the ability to edit in clips, I always think it's better to be visual, but that's not the assignment. You don't have to know how to edit to get a good grade in this class. I want to know what is the show? I want you to answer who, what, where, when, why, and how. And so that's the who. What's the story about? Who are the main characters? What's the premise? Well, what's the premise of the show? Who is the characters? Who, what, where does it take place? Is it in space? Is it in a coffee shop? Is it in Sheldon's apartment? Or Sheldon's past? We all live in Sheldon's world. Who, what, where, when does it take place? Does it take place in the past or the future? And why should I watch it? And I want you to include clips, links. You can send me links, or you include clips, things that'll just like, it's one of those like, hey, here's the funniest moment of Friends, or this is the funniest moment, or here's the craziest moment of Pretty Little Liars, or here's the 100s, here's 100 clips of the best moments of 100. So that being said, lots of opportunities to choose. You hopefully all picked your favorite show, and so that you should be able to talk about it a lot. Now, if you have any questions or concerns, I'm happy to answer them. I hope you can you can always reach out to me. I do these optional Zooms. We'll do one more Zoom at the end of the semester where I will just do a review of everything that we've done in class so far, as well as get you ready for the final. That one is a must watch. Let me just tell you, if you want to succeed in the final, I really, really recommend the next optional Zoom meeting. So, okay. Austin, Matthew, thank you for being here. Anything confusing? Do you have questions or comments that people might want to know at home?
How would you go about doing a presentation that doesn't spoil the like the show, you know?
Sure, that's a great question. Here's the number one thing that you're convincing me, also your classmates. I think there's ways to talk around certain elements of shows that don't have spoilers, but I would also say that like um if you don't want to spoil something, you could talk about just a season rather than the entire show, right?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking of one of my shows I really like is Mr. Robot, and three-quarters of the way through, there's a big reveal. So maybe I'm going to talk about this part, and then say, and just so you know, there's a really crazy moment like three-quarters into the show. That could be a selling point. But I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't want to tell you about it. I
Yeah.
want you to experience it. But you should be able to say who, what, where, and why. If it happens in the first 5 minutes of like your show, that's not a spoiler. That's the
Yeah.
premise, right? Like,
Yeah.
but if it's like this happens in the very last episode, yeah, that's a spoiler. And
Yeah.
I personally am not spoiler averse. I think that art is about the journey. So I'm not terribly upset if someone tells me like, hey, they're actually all dead the whole time. Or, hey, it's all a dream or whatever. Um, but but to each their own. I really try not to spoil things just out of respect for other people. So that's a great question. So think about like, how can you talk about the show without the spoiler? If it's like a foundational point to the show, then you probably need to tell us about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if you watched the first episode of Breaking Bad, you'd be like, yeah, he's a sick, you could be like, oh, he's a sick teacher, but it's like, yeah, but he becomes a drug dealer. That's the premise of the show, right? Like,
Yeah.
you have to tell us what the story is and why we would want to watch.
Yeah.
Good
Okay.
question. Any other questions?
I think that's it from me.
Matthew, anything for you? If not, we're gonna stop our recording.
Um, if we do a video for the presentation, is there a minimum or maximum length we have to meet, or is it just like as long as we like tell you why you should watch this show, it'd be like okay.
Great. That's a great question. Minimum or maximum? There is no time limit other than I recommend fulfilling what I've asked you to put into the presentation. So the who, what, where, when, why, or basically what's the premise, who the characters are, why I should watch it. Here, what's your favorite moments? If you're going to tell me about the moments, you should just be able to describe them, or you can show me the moments. So that being said, I don't really have like a number for you. Probably a minute would be like the shortest, I think. Being able to do all that, unless you're like really speedy. It's like, hey, I really like here, can I do it really quick? I really like BoJack Horseman. He's a horse and he's alcoholic and he used to be famous and now, I get my premise is talking really quick. I think that you can take your time and do it. Now, maximum, no, I don't think it's maximum. I just would if you want to make an opus and it's like a 72-hour piece or even an hour piece, always do like the YouTube logic. It's like, if would you want to watch it for that long, and how long until you start looking to click the next video? Is that's with all filmmaking, I say, is like, make it as long as it needs to be, and that means as long as it's interesting for. So, I get some of the presentations were 5 minutes. Some people got up to 7. I think 10 might be the longest presentation video I've ever gotten. Does that answer your question?
Oh, yes. Thank you.
Great, thank you both. If there aren't any more questions, you're representing your entire
Was
class right now.
was the 10-minute one interesting?
It was interesting. They did
Oh,
like
that's
a
good.
whole like YouTube video type of thing where they even like they were standing up and they did that like YouTube where they like intentionally made mistakes and made it look like glitchy stuff.
Yeah.
So that one came out really fun. Let me see if I can find that one and I'll post it on the thread so you can take.
Cool.
All right. Well, I'm going to stop the recording for now. So thank you all.